What is up, guys? My name is Andrew and welcome back to our Planet Coaster series. This is going to be episode number 4 and we've got a lot to do today. Just like any other episode, we're on a roller coaster, but let's get off real quick. We've already ridden that before. So one thing I did in between last episode and this episode is I tweaked a little bit of the scenery of this roller coaster. Specifically, I made a bit of a little castle here for the line queue, and I think it looks really nice and kind of authentic as well. It took quite a while to do, and I didn't record any of it, so I'm sorry for that, but I don't know. I'm thinking what I might do starting from here on out is I might record a normal episode like this, so this will be episode number 4, and then I might record like a 4.5, like an episode 4.5, which would be like a bonus episode where I do scenery like this, because this probably took me an hour to do, this just this little castle here, but I think it does look pretty good. And we can actually go inside and see that there is still some scenery inside. Like the floor is raised here, and there's also like a little room that looks kind of like a jail cell and everything. So yeah, I added that castle. I also added this little shop area where you can go in and purchase was it Slurpee stuff, Gulpy, and you can also purchase pizza right there. So I think this is honestly, this looks like a pretty cool little ride. You got this whole castle just for the entrance of this ride, and I really do like it. So this episode, well, the main thing I want to do is I want to make a mountain, because this is called Alpine Adventures, and so far we don't have anything that is alpine-y. So we currently everything's kind of flat, except for this over here where it's a little bit mountainy. So I'm going to create like a big central mountain right around here maybe, or actually let's look and see how much space we have. So we start here. So we have all this space. So I think a central mountain right here, like one big giant mountain, would be really cool. Or maybe eventually we'll add more mountains to the side and then add a little valley of water somewhere. But I think that would look really cool. And then we could build roller coasters kind of around that mountain to make the look of Alpine Adventures kind of complete. So that's one thing we're gonna do, and that might require a lot of money, but luckily we do have a lot of money. Another thing, we have our firework display, which I still haven't tweaked yet. So, but I guess eventually, as we get more people, we'll eventually successfully do that challenge. Also, monthly profit of 4,000. Our last monthly profit was 3,000 something. Where does it say? Monthly profit. I don't know where it says the monthly profit. I might just be missing it. But last month it was like 3,000. Oh, here it is. 3,395. So this month, maybe it'll go to 4,000. I don't know. I'm guessing we'll have to build more rides before it actually does that. Is that litter? That is indeed litter. So the first thing we're going to do then in that case is work on a little bit of scenery here. We're going to grab a little path extra. We're going to go with some benches, because I know we don't have those quite yet around this area of the park. Get some benches in here. Oops, that one's on the outside. Let's Control Z that one. And then we'll get a couple or put some benches here as well. We'll get a couple of bins as well. We'll go with a standard park bin. Throw them in normal places. Always got to have a bin near the food and also near where the ride entrance is, because people aren't allowed to bring food on rides. I don't know if that's the case in this game, but in real life that is the thing. You can't eat while you're riding a roller coaster, guys. It's hard. Another thing we can do is we could add some staff. So how many do we currently have? Let's look at our janitors. We currently have 2 janitors, and that is not enough for this giant park. It's not actually giant, and 2 janitors probably could be fine here, but I don't know. We'll train them a little bit and raise their pay. We'll raise you a little more, just so that they're happy and that they work more. And we'll also hire probably 1 more janitor. All right, there you go. So we now have 3 janitors, and 1 of them is highly skilled. So that should be pretty good. I think everything else is working fine. Let me actually take a look at that. Oh, one thing I want to do is I want to go to research and start some researches, because we have all these currently. If we go to our where is it, rides, we're gonna see that we only have a couple of rides here. And if we go to our track rides, we'll have a couple. Oops, we only have a couple. And if we go to our coasters, again, we only have a couple here. So we're gonna want to go and research some more of those so that we can have a bigger variety of what we want to build. So let's start some researches. This right here looks like a wooden roller coaster, so I'm going to give it $1,000 per month, and it's going to take what? That's 3 months, so that's going to be $3,000. Okay. So let's start that. Wait, oh, it started. Okay. So we'll let that go, and we'll do another one as well, maybe a cheaper one. An ATM. Yes, we definitely want that. Okay. So that's good, and let's do thrill rides, family rides, a crazy classic. Let's do that one right there. That's going to cost us $500 per month. And that's probably, yeah, that's as many researches as we can do. And it's going to cost us a lot of money, but we'll eventually get there. and we'll have new roller coasters and such. Let's get to work on our mountain. Is this a good time to do it since we're using a lot of money right now? Maybe not, but let's get to work anyway because we do want a mountain in here. So we'll go to terrain and we'll do sculpting and we'll go, we'll do pull. Let me see what else we have. Roughen, okay, so we can definitely use that. And chisel, we'll do pull. And we're going to want to increase the size of that since we're making a gigantic mountain. Oh, look at that. So I think we'll just go straight up for a little bit. And it might cost us quite a bit of money. How tall are you? That's not even a tall mountain. What the? Okay. Increase the intensity a little bit. Alright. Okay. And this might be tough. This might take a while to do. But I'll eventually make it look like a realistic looking mountain. Hopefully. Okay, the side's done. Actually, let's just go for the height first. The peak height. Okay, so the peak I think we're going to want to be around maybe... That's about as high as our roller coaster is. Right about there. That'll be our peak for our mountain. So it's not a very tall mountain, but it is a pretty decent looking mountain. So we're going to get some area all around this, and we're going to eventually get this to the right height, hopefully. It's going to cost us a lot of money to do this, so maybe this will be a multi-step process, I think. We'll decrease the intensity a little bit, actually. I think it's going a little too fast. So we'll have to get pretty much all this area here. I wish we could have a bigger stylus kind of thing. A bigger area. How are we doing on money? We're still doing perfectly fine on money, okay. Come on. And once again, this is like scenery. I don't know whether to include this or not, but you know, I might as well since we're doing it. I'll include at least one step of it, which will be the kind of creating the area where the mountain's going to be. And I'm probably, once again, like I say with everything, going to tweak this a little bit once I get once I stop recording, because it might take me like hours to get this mountain to look good. And I definitely do want it to look good. It's going to be the center mountain. But I do kind of like this look here where there's like, because like a normal mountain, mountain's not exactly like a cone pointing up into the sky. It's more like an uneven surface, but they don't usually have cliffs like this. So that's what I want to work on that. And I will definitely work on that. Definitely get some of that looking quite a bit better than it does right now. And also, once we have our mountain, it might look a lot better once we have actual rides that go around the mountain, you know? How's our money looking? Our money is getting a little bit lower. That's okay. That's okay still. It's still looking good. All right. Pretty good. And then, like I was saying, I might have another mountain kind of over here, and then have a little valley in between where it's water, so that we can get some of those water rides. Now, I don't know who in their right mind would want to go on water rides in in a snowy area, but you know, there are some people. Polar bear swims are a thing. All right, we're getting there. We are definitely getting there. All right. Just get those edges nice and rounded here. And I think you need a little bit of work on the side here. All right, here we go. We got it kind of coming up a little bit. And you know, I don't think you can have a ski resort in this, but that'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? An Alpine Adventures theme park could have a ski resort. I don't think there are theme parks that have ski resorts. Are there? I think that'd be super awesome. Do you think we can get a waterfall in this? I bet you can. I bet you that's a thing in Planet Coaster. Alright, this is starting to look kind of more realistic here. So far, it's cost us around $5,000 to make this mountain. So, but that's perfectly fine because we do have the money from our awesome roller coasters over there. Our fireworks show's going off. Awesome. I didn't actually get around to tweaking that yet, but I don't know. I think it's looking pretty good. Alrighty, just a little bit more maybe. Just get around this edge right over here. That's not looking terrible. It could use a little bit of work on this side, I think. But it's definitely not looking horrible. Maybe a little work right there. Get this area a little bit. Now we could use the smooth tool, which I think would make this a little bit more smooth. Let's see. Where's the smooth tool? Flatten the foundation, flatten the surface. Chisel smooth. Let's see what smooth does. So smooth actually does smooth it. That might be what we want to use. I was going to use the other tool, the roughen. Roughen makes it rougher. Okay, as the name suggests. All right. So yeah, I'll probably tweak this a little bit once I get around to messing with it off camera because it might take a while. Theft reported. Okay. But yeah, for now, that's going to be our mountain. It's not terribly high, but if we look at the height of this roller coaster, it's just a little bit higher than that. So, I don't know, maybe we want it higher. Put down in the comments. Do you think this mountain is adequate, or do you want it higher, a taller mountain? And either way, we might make a bigger mountain somewhere over elsewhere. But I do think having at least one mountain in our area is going to be looking good. And then we can throw some scenery on it as well. And when I tweak this, I might change it up a little bit, but you can see we can have some spruce trees here. And it makes it look more like a mountain, kind of. See? Easy. Put one on the top. Aww. All right. And I want to add some spruce trees to this as well, because we don't currently have any scenery trees kind of floating around in this area. And I think a castle looks really good when there are trees around it. Because then it kind of looks like a mystical castle that's hidden by the trees. Put a little tree in there. Maybe put a tree in here and in there. Maybe put some on this side as well. A couple of these little trees. Let's get a different tree in here. A fir tree. No, maybe not a fir tree. Maybe a birch tree. That's a little greener. What are the alpine trees? I know there's another alpine tree. We can filter by scenery theme. Nope, not by scenery theme. We want to go by nature region. Alpine. We got, oh, the blue fir. No, that's what we were just using. The Douglas. Yes. How could I have forgotten the Douglas? Okay. Yeah, that's looking good, I think. I can throw one right there, but I'm afraid people are going to whack their heads on that one. One right there. Yeah. All right, pretty awesome. And once again, I'll probably tweak the scenery. Do you guys want me to make that into a 4.5 episode where I just go around and mess with the scenery? I might do it anyway. I think it might be a decent idea. Then we'll see how it kind of works out. If you guys like that, or if you don't like that, then we'll see how that plays out. Let me save the game real quick because I want to make sure that we keep what we have. And remember, this game does like to crash on me, so we don't want that to happen. Let's look at our challenges. See what we have to do. Achieve a monthly profit. Easy peasy. We did that one. Build a coaster with at least 3 seconds of airtime. Doesn't this one have 3 seconds of airtime? Maybe not. We could try that. Honestly, though, I think that might be a good one for this. The runaway coaster. Because the runway if it's a wooden coasters typically don't do inversions like this. They don't go upside down. And so one of the things they like to do is do hills where you get airtime. And so that might be really good for this challenge that we have right here. So we might wait on that one, and then we're going to definitely have to wait on that one. Let's look at the rides that we can build, because we definitely need to do something. We need to have some kind of ride in here, right? And let's actually speed up the time as well so that the research goes by. Water ride, I don't think so. We already have one right there. We can do well, we have magic cats and we have the autos. Let's do the autos. Why not? And we'll put it right around here maybe. I don't really know what this ride's supposed to be. It's a powered car for all ages that cannot invert. So is it like the Roller Coaster Tycoon car ride? I don't know. Well, we'll make a small one at least. How about that? And we'll make it just kind of go around this area. Or should we? Nah. I think right here, yeah, probably is the best area. We could throw it right here maybe, but there's not really that much space. So maybe right here, we'll raise it up just a little bit. Are you just gonna float? There you go. Raise it up just a little bit, because probably the best way to have a car ride start is to raise it up. And then I think maybe right here would be really good. Okay, let's increase the station area just a little bit. Yes. Oh, so this is how you determine where your entrance and exit go, isn't it? Okay. I didn't know that. Okay, so we want your entrance and exit right. Is that station right? Or which right is that? This right or this right? I don't know. Oh, it's this right. Okay, yeah, we're going to enter and exit on the same area. No, wait, no. Enter and then exit on the other side. Yes. So we're going to enter left, exit right. Alright, I'm finally glad I understand this. So let's grab... Oh, nope. So we're doing that one. We're going to go a couple more lengths. 1, 2, 3. Can we go another one? Yeah. So we have maximum cars. What is the difference here? I don't understand. Wait, hang on. So one has guardrails. One does not. Is that the difference? Okay. Well, we'll go guardrails. And I think what we're gonna do immediately is we're gonna hit the. Because I don't know if we want to keep this thing kind of up in the air like this. Man, I think it's fine because we're gonna kind of go over there, and yeah, I think it'll be fine. So we're gonna just turn kind of like this. Turn a little bit. And this will be mostly a scenery ride, I think. Where there'll be scenery in here and the car will like kind of look at it and stuff. Can we go up? Yeah, we can go up, but not very high because this is definitely not a ride for going up. We could go down maybe a little bit. Can we do let's do a sharp turn. Oop. We have to go up for that a little bit. Sharp turn. Skirt. And we'll go down a little bit. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to go right over this track. And it'll look really cool. And then let's go straight kind of a little bit. Is this 0? No, this is negative. Alright, that's fine. Oh, nope. It always does that. So we'll go negative. Kind of turn it to the left here. Why can't I turn it properly? Oh, it's just inverted weirdly. Alright, that's fine. So do that one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back down over here. And it's probably going to be just a really short ride, I think. And yeah, maybe try and connect it. Let's see if that works. Autocomplete that. Yeah, that's perfect. Let's go. All right, so just a small little ride here, and there'll be scenery here that we'll do, and I think that'll be fine. Maybe let's do something else. Back up. Back up. Back up. Yes, okay, so I have an idea. I've just come up with an idea. Back up one, we're going to stay height. Stay at height. And what we're going to do is we're going to start coming down. Nope, back up one. We're going to start coming down like this. And I have an idea. I want to kind of do a pretzel. So if you can imagine how that would look, kind of. Nope, turn this way, turn this way. Alright. I need you to kind of follow the ground here a little bit. This is going to look really weird, but I think it'll be fine. Alright, yeah, this is looking good. Can you go down a little bit lower? Yeah, looking good. Alright. We could go over it now. Now we'll turn. We'll just turn. We'll just turn. Kind of a sharp turn, but these things are supposed to go kind of slow, so that'll be fine. And we'll do an autocomplete here. I think that'll, yeah. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. It's a little, kind of a little pretzel here. And I don't know how fast this thing goes, so let's actually see. Wait, can we determine how fast it goes? No, it doesn't look like it. So we'll start a test here, and we'll ride it as well. Oh, this actually goes kind of fast. Alright, so it'll be a short ride then, in that case. Okay, excitement's kind of low, nausea is really low, which is good. Excitement's kind of raising as they're going down. Okay, and then we're pretty much over with the ride here. Alright, pretty simple. Pretty basic. We'll stop the test. I don't think it's going to get that many people going on it, but it's more of like a little kid ride. So where you have this big roller coaster here that the little kids won't want to ride, next to it you've got this kind of smaller thing where families can go on it. It's what looks like a 4 or 6-seater here. And I think that'll be perfectly fine. Let's place our entrance. We're going to place it right. Oh, shoot. Did I do it wrong? All right, hang on. Edit this. Station. Other way. Yep. All right. Done. Okay. Place your entrance. We're going to place it right here for maximum efficiency. And we're going to place the exit right here for maximum efficiency. So they can immediately get off the ride and everything will be A-okay. Can paths go under this, I wonder? If they can, we can run our exit path kind of right under that and it'll be all good. But let's do our exit path first. Because last time when we did this one over here, we had a lot of trouble with the exit path. And I probably cut that all out, but it was such a pain. Such a pain. Let's go down. Ground level. Can we go under that? No, we can't. Okay. Back up. Back it up. Back it up. We could go... Well, we could definitely go under here. No, we can't. Okay, how are we going to get away from the... We could go over. I think that might be our only option. Unless we go underground. But I think over might be our only option here. Alright, let's do it. Over, over. Nope. I'm going to go level. There we go. Alright. And we're connected. Awesome. Looking very, very good. So you'll go over the ride. I don't really like to do that because I think it looks a little bit trashy. But with the right scenery, I think it might look a-okay. And awesome. Okay, so let's determine how many rides we want to be here. We're going to want to have more than one car. How many can we do? We can do up to 20 cars. I think we're going to go with a nice modest 15 will be good. Car speed 5 miles per hour. We can make it slower, but the faster we make it, the more exciting it will be. We can make it go all the way up to 15 miles per hour. Let's do 8 and see what that looks like. So let's go to our testing and start the test here. See what that looks like. 8. Oh, that's a little bit fast. That's a little fast. Excitement is not really... Well, it's a little higher, but I think 8's a little fast. What if we max it out? 15 miles per hour, almost double what we just saw. Let's max that out. Oh Lord, there it goes. Oh my God. That is a race car if I've ever seen one. I think if we were doing this speed, we'd need a longer track. But it definitely is increasing the excitement, which is really, really a good thing here. We see the excitement going into the green a couple times. But excitement is 5.3. Whereas when we did the 8 here, excitement was... Stop the test. Start it again. So it's 5.1 right now. Let's see what 8 gives us. Keep her going. This is our first ride coming back to the station right about now. We could probably reduce the number of roller coasters in here as well. So we currently have a 5.1. Is it going to go up or down from changing the speed to 8? Yeah, it is. It's going to go down. Regardless, I think we do need this slower speed to be in there because if we don't have the slower speed, it's too fast. It's just way too fast. All right, we'll stop the test. Lower the number of trains to 12. To 10 even. I think 10 will be fine. And we'll run the test again while we create the entrance. Oh, wait, hang on. That's because we were in fast motion. We can do faster. Yeah, we can do faster. Let's do 12. We're in fast motion. I didn't actually realize it, so that would be why the roller coaster was just going insane. All right, let's go to our queue, and we're going to add a queue for this ride here. I'm probably going to go to the left here, follow this station on the side. Okay, and then we're going to go this way, and we're going to go down a little bit. I don't know how long of a queue to kind of allocate for this, but if the car ride from Roller Coaster Tycoon is any indication, it's going to need a long queue. Almost there, and we'll probably put it right here. I think once the first test reaches the station, then everything will be good. You guys are waiting quite a while to actually let the next car go, which... Oh, okay. I don't know why they were waiting a long time, but now they're letting them go more willingly, I guess. Alright, that's looking pretty good. So far it's got no scenery, which is going to be okay for now, because once again, I might work on that off camera or in like a bonus episode kind of format. Let's add a little bit of scenery actually while we're here, just because it's going to need some, since this is mostly a scenery based roller coaster here. So let's add a couple trees in, maybe just one or two around from here to there. Alright, that's not going to run into it. Awesome. Just a couple of trees. Then we'll add some actual other scenery in there as well. Some non-trees, if you will. Alright, so what's the theming of this? This is kind of old-timey, kind of an old-timey roller coaster here. So, or not a roller coaster, but a ride. So let's see if we have some animatronics that can actually fit in our old-timey kind of... We have a clock face that we can use. We have bandits. I mean, there's lots of stuff. We don't have a filter currently, do we? This is all of them. Oh, this is all animatronics. We can go with statues. I don't know. Really, scenery takes a long time because there's so much that you could do with any given area. Can we get like an opening fence or something? That'd be kind of cool. I think that might be in building. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do with this scenery. We'll go with coaster doors. So this opens. Okay. We really should have done this on this one over here. That would have looked really nice, I think. Having like an opening coaster door. But yeah, that's... I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. Let's do a confetti cannon. Why not? Does that actually shoot confetti? It does indeed. It definitely does. Alright, we're gonna delete that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on the scenery off camera because at this moment I don't know what I'm gonna put in here. Kind of. That's the main issue. I just saw that. I thought that went off the roller coaster. One thing I want to do actually real quick is I want to kind of make like a flower garden right here. And the way I'm going to do that, it's going to be the last thing we're doing in the episode because we're running out of time. But the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to grab our path. Is this the correct path? Yeah, it is. I'm going to grab our path, get the appropriate width, which is 6, I believe. Is it 6? Let's go to the end of this and see. I think it's 6. Okay, it doesn't matter. But we're going to go like this. Kind of. Hang on. Not like that. Not like this. We're going to... Yeah, we're going to go like this a little bit. And do something like that. And then the same thing right here. Like that. And we're going to have 2 little flower gardens right here, I think. In this little opening spots. So let's go to our scenery. Get some rocks. We'll go... Wait, hang on. All. Rock. Wait, nature. Rock. Oh, we already have a rocks. Okay, I don't even type it. That's large. We'll go with small rocks right here. So we'll do kind of like some rocks around the edge. Right here. Are there other small rocks we can do? Do some of these right here. Let's get a couple of rocks in here. And what are the small ones we have? That one's a little bit bigger than small, I'd say. Get another one right here. And another one right here. We'll grab this one and go Z. Go down a little bit. Just so we only see a little bit of the rock. Alright. Awesome. We'll go with a couple more of those rocks. And we'll add a couple of nice little flowers or trees. So smaller rocks. Get some right here. Turn this one around right here. Maybe turn this one a little more. And I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I think it'll look pretty good. And we'll kind of do the same thing right here. Oops, that one's on top of the other one, I believe. Alrighty. And just a couple more rocks in here. Sweet, so that's a nice little rock area. And now let's add some trees in there. And I don't know what kind of trees we want to add. Probably some flowers would be nice. They do have flowers. They have violas over here. So we'll add maybe some flowers around here. Little bit of that. And we'll add some of this one as well, some violas. Right about there. And we'll add some white flora bushes. That'll be the main centerpiece of that one right there. And we'll do kind of the same thing over here. No, maybe not that. We could do a hedge kind of thing. Put it right there. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. We had a pyramid in this one. Let's add a pyramid right here. We'll lower it a little bit, so get this right here, lower it down into the area. And we will, what we'll do is we'll copy it so we can duplicate it. And then I believe we can, yeah, okay. And then bring it down a little bit. I believe that's our fireworks going off, that sound in the background. Alright, I think that looks pretty nice. 2 little flower areas with a nice little area. Now, if only we can make this kind of straight here. I don't know if we can. There might be a way. Maybe I can go with paths. There was a little glitch I saw. They could do something like this, and then you could remove it, and it would straighten it out a little bit. And it does look like that is a thing. I don't know. Did it straighten it? Yeah, it does look like it straightened it a little bit, so that looks good. Alright, well I think that's going to be the end of this episode. So what we did is we added this car right here, which is currently still testing, my bad. We'll open that up right there, the Luna Autos. We need a name for that, I think. But for now, it'll stay the Luna Autos. And we added some trees here. We added some nice floral arrangements over there, which might look nice and might not. I don't know. And also, we added the mountain, which doesn't currently have anything on it. But definitely next episode, we will work on making there be stuff on top of the mountain. If you guys like this episode, hit that like button, put your comments and suggestions down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.